Hello, my name is Brian. Welcome to my channel. And behind me is the Mexican flag. This is one of the most recognizable flags in the entire world. And on this video, I am going to talk about the flag. I'm going to talk about the 300-year history from the Siege of Tenochtitlan in 1521 to the independence of Mexico in 1821, which is 300 years. And I'm going to talk about how the Virgin of Guadalupe was used to unite a people. So stay tuned, and I hope that you find this information helpful. Okay, so the story of the Mexican flag is a story that's etched in Mexica, which is also commonly referred to as Aztec by scholars, in Aztec and Mexica mythology. So when scholars say Aztecs or when they say Mexica, they are referring to the same people and using those terms interchangeably. Okay, so the legend has it that the Aztec people roamed in the wilderness for over 150, 200 years, stateless, without a place to call their own. And they were surrounded by enemies. They were fighting off slavery and enslavement. And they were told that through an omen or a dream that one of their chiefs had, that when they reached a place where an eagle would sit on top of a cactus, that they would know that they had found their new kingdom and they would have found and made their way out of the wilderness. So the legend has it that they had to flee into the swamps and into the area of Lake Texcoco, the Great Salt Lake, where they had to build rafts, and their people actually had to flee to get away from their enemies. And they end up landing in what's now known as Tenochtitlan, where they built their great civilization. And so that's a little bit about the story of how the Mexican flag connects to Aztec and Mexica mythology. Now I'm going to talk about the years 1521 to 1821 and how this 300-year history, how so much war, chaos, pandemics, how all of this turmoil actually united a people. So going back to the original people of the land, the invaders had to find a way to connect their Catholic religion with the indigenous religion of the land. So the indigenous people had a mother goddess by the name of Tenochtitlan. She was a mother goddess that all of the local people praised, worshiped, had statues of, and was very close to them and was a representation of their belief system. Well, the Catholics, they had the Virgin Mary. And so this figure was merged into the two. So the indigenous people related to the Catholic religion by saying, okay, their goddess is like our goddess. And as years went on, 100 years, 200 years, the images fused together and their belief system was united. And so in this video, I am trying to explain how their belief system strengthened their unity. So when we believe the same thing, it makes us see one another as like, right? Instead of an other. So regardless of how the people looked, whether they were Indios, which is Indian, whether they was Mesito, whether they was Creoles, whether they were Pensalores, whether they were coming fresh off the boat from Spain, this belief system united the people. So the legend of the Virgin of Guadalupe is that this man named Juan Diego in the 16th century seen an apparition, and the apparition came to him and spoke to him and let him know that although that all of this was taking place in Mexico, that he was going to be all right and that the people would be all right. So Juan Diego went to the bishop named Bishop Zumaranga, and he went to Bishop Zumaranga and he told him of the apparition. The apparition ended up coming back to Juan a second time. And by the third time, he made the apparition made themselves visible to the Bishop Zumaranga, which inspired the Bishop Zumaranga to build what's known as the Basilica de Guadalupe, which is a cathedral in honor of the Virgin of Guadalupe. And later on, Viceroy Matildas de Gabes wanted to build a castle in honor of 200 years later, wanted to build a castle in honor of the new Spain, the new kingdom. And he ended up building the Chapultepec castle. It's kind of hard for me to pronounce. So he ended up building this castle, which is actually, you guys, the only castle in the Americas. So he built this castle in honor of the new kingdom. And so with the Basilica de Guadalupe in Mexico City and this castle in Mexico City are shining examples of that time period from 1521 to their independence, which helped forge the Mexican identity. Thank you.